Hello my darlings, and welcome to another Bedroom Guru with me, Nicky Allen. I'm having a bit of a rest up. As you can see, I'm a bit exhausted. It's a right pain in the bum. I've been doing so many interviews, like a virtual book tour, and speaking to the most incredible people all over the world, talking about my book, but it's come to a point where I'm like, I gotta let go here. And as I was thinking about this today, because I'm supposed to be doing an interview now, so I've just all made up and look la 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 la, and it brought to mind my guide Julianus saying to me about the lion and the mouse. Now I honestly thought I'd put this on here, and it most probably is there somewhere, but I've searched through my videos and I can't find it. And it's a really helpful tool for you when you're making decisions about your life. And funny enough, I had said to one of my friends last week, oh, watch my lion and mouse video. She goes, I can't find it. I'm like, oh, for God's sake. And then I've looked and it isn't here. So let me tell you about the lion and the mouse. When I was going through my awakening, going through my journey, I was speaking to Julianus about, I think it might have been a bit before then, I'm not sure, I can't remember. I'm not great at the moment, you can see I'm looking rough at the badger's bottom. But I basically remember saying to him about dealing with being spiritual down here like I am, and also having to deal with human stuff and all the rest of it. And I also asked about, about the makeup of the soul while we're down here. It's such a divine, light, pure energy. And then suddenly we're walking around with all this dense energy with like humans and earth and all the rubbish that's going on. And I kind of said, how do we do it? Is there a problem with it? Because I know so many people that are healers, mediums, light workers, spiritual people that, kind of not feel great in their physical bodies. So many of them have got ME. What's that about? So he did it. He's so clever, Julianus. He does everything in layman's terms because he knows that I love layman terms and that I can tell you things in the most simplistic way. So he said, when your soul is incarnated down onto the earth plane, it is encased in a human body, right? So we all know that. I've said about it before. And obviously when we go up, the human body's discarded like an overcoat and up we go. So he said, but there are two dimensions to your soul, okay? And he said there's two parts. The upper part of your soul goes from the heart upwards. So this is the divine part of your soul, the part that basically still connects to the spirit world, to the source, to the angel realms, whatever you want to talk about. He said the lower part of your soul is designed almost like putting, oh look, it's my friend Joe phoning. Sorry, just let me turn that off. How comes that's not on silent? That's weird. Oh well. Sorry about that. So basically, the lower part is a bit like, my analogy is obviously going to be scuba kit, right? So when you have to go into the water, into a different atmosphere, you have to wear scuba kit, don't you? And you have to wear put your rag in your mouth and have your oxygen, so that you have to put things on your body to deal with this different atmosphere. So he says that when you incarnate into a physical body, the bottom part of your soul is all of the grounding, it's all of the life experience stuff you have to deal with, is that part of the bottom of your soul, from like the heart chakra down, which makes sense to me because I'm thinking, wow, yeah, the base chakra, sacral, they're all to do with human emotions and dealing with stuff on the earth plane. So he said, so we kind of change the dynamics of your soul when you're on the earth plane so you can survive, thrive and work well in this new atmosphere you find yourself in. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, it's a bit like the lion and the mouse. And I'm like, okay. Now the bottom part of your soul, heart chakra down, is the lion. This is your ego. This is your fight or flight. This is your, how am I going to deal with things? How am I going to deal with people? How do I strive to, get to where I need to be? But also encased in that lion is, I am not doing that, pride, fear, doubt, and all that kind of stuff. So it's negative as well as positive, okay, dealing with all the human emotions that hit us. The higher part is our mouse, which is the divine intervention. If you think about it, crown chakra, third eye chakra, your throat chakra, your heart, all of this stuff, you need to speak your truth, speaking to the spirit world, acknowledging yourself so that you get help and inspiration. He said the problem we have found is that the lion roars louder than the mouse. And he said the answer to you living a balanced life down here is to make the mouse louder than the lion. If you allow the mouse to always influence your actions, thoughts and behaviour by divinely connecting with us, by looking within yourself, that is going to serve you a lot better than listening to the lion. So let me give you a for instance, very recently, and this is what made me think of it. I found by Friday night, I've been doing interviews and, you know, people think, well, you're just talking, it's not a lot, but getting ready, talking, thinking, knowing what to say, it does take its toll on people with my condition, as you'll know, fellow sufferers. And I started to feel my throat going downhill and I'm just totally exhausted, Now, the lion part of me said to me on Saturday morning, you've got to keep doing this. You've got to keep doing all these interviews. You can't upset people. You can't let them down. You can't cancel. You have to get, you know, your book out to everybody. You have to keep pushing yourself. You have to keep pushing. What'll happen if you cancel? You might lose the slot. You might lose the radio interview. You can't do that. You've got to keep going. What happens, you know, it might upset them. They might not want you back on their show, right? So all this lion is raging and roaring away. The ego, the thought processes, the what ifs, the could be's, the projections, roaring away. So what happens then is most people go, no, that's right, it's right, it's right. And they don't even think about it. And they just go off in this direction and wonder why it all goes wrong because they're just jumping off of their ego and these big, huge human thought processes and behaviours saying, go and do it, this will happen, otherwise that'll happen. And they jump off and they wonder why they make mistakes. So I did think about the lion and the mouse Saturday and I thought, what's the mouse got to say about this? And I do literally see them in completely different colours. And the mouse was saying, you're getting exhausted. The universe has got your back. The book will go where it needs to go. If these are the right people, they'll respect the fact that you're living with a condition, that you do have to take a break, you do have to take rest. So let go. If you've got the right people around you, the interviews will be moved. The priority is for you to look after yourself, to look after your health, to love yourself and pace yourself. But you've got this tiny little mouse voice doing all this, and the lion's going, no, she's got to carry on doing it, she's got to carry on doing it. And so the essence is to quieten, oh, whatever. Tell him to shut up. Shh, lion. Don't want to listen to you. I need to listen to my thoughts, my feelings, and any divine intervention that's been brought in as I sit in my quiet, sit in my power and see really what the best option is here. And so the mouse was louder than the lion. And so I did cancel the interviews. And I've now allowed myself a few days to just chill out, recoup everything back in respect of energy, peace, just catch up with my articles and just chill out. Because those interviews are always going to be there. Always going to be there. If they're not, it wasn't meant to be. The fact is that I've now learned to put myself first. And I always used to, and a lot of you will most probably recognise this, that you people please. We tend to want to make sure everybody else is all right and that they like us and that, you know, we'll do everything we can to make sure they're okay, which unfortunately is part of being an empath. But there is a time and space where you realise you're giving your energy away, you're sacrificing your own personal happiness, health, well-being, mental well-being, and you have to say no. And so I kind of felt really, not smug, but really happy with myself because I thought, good girl, you know, you've identified that you need a bit of a rest. You don't have to do your hair. And that you don't have to do anything apart from just be. And so the mouse roared louder than the lion. So I now always have automatically, and I just realised I haven't really shared this with you. I can't find it on any of the videos anyway. So always try and allow the mouse to be louder than your lion, because when the lion roars, it's ego based, it's human concept based, and that is where you're possibly going to go wrong on decisions you make in life. Whereas if you listen to the mouse is very honest. It's almost like the devil on one shoulder and the angel on the other, and it's no, don't do that. It's very much like that, and it's a brilliant way of how Julianus described it to me, because it really is listening to the quieter voice, listening to the inner you, rather than going with the big blazoned egos of fear, doubt, pride, and having to, do something to get somewhere. So think about that. Think about your mouse. How do you make the mouse louder? Easy. Meditation, walking out in nature. As I always keep saying to you, standing by my beach, listening to the waves coming in, I just close my eyes and I clear my mind and just see if there's any thoughts, ideas, messages, thought processes that are just wandering. And so many people say, I couldn't believe it, this idea just came out of nowhere and it was just amazing, and it led to this and it led to that and it's changed my life. That is inspiration from your higher self or from another being, whether it's angels, spirit world, whatever it is. So allowing your mouse to be louder than your lion will prove so fruitful to you, because that is really the divine guidance. It is your divine path. It is your soul telling you, you need to go this way. Stop listening to the lion roaring, because he's just roaring out of fear, doubt, ego, happiness, sadness, pride, saving face, whatever it is. So when you have a decision to make, always sit and try and listen to the mouse. What does your heart feel about it? What do you need to say about it? Is there anything you can see or feel? Are you going to meditate on it? Are you going to take a long walk out in the park rather than just go with that gut, that first gut instinct, which normally is your ego? It's a lower part of your body saying no. But by all means, if you are getting that feeling the lion's roaring, have a look at it. Okay, so it's saying I've got to go for this, I've got to go for this. Right, well, so what's the result? Why have I got to go for it? And then if it's like, actually, yeah, because that could really help, think it over. And perhaps sometimes, your mouse is saying, listen to the lion, because that's actually right. But mostly take all of these upper chakras, these upper thoughts and feelings, and go with that. And you'll find that you'll feel, yeah, that's definitely the right decision. It's perhaps a bit more difficult, or it's a bit more involved, but it really is the right decision. The lion and the mouse. Every single thing you think you have to do, any behaviours, any situations that come up, sit back, be in a quiet space, because that's where you'll hear the mouse, and let him talk first. And then perhaps, listen to the lion, but just see what is behind the lion's motives. Because you'll normally find it's to save face, or out of pride, or something that you feel you're driven to do. Put yourself first and listen to that mouse, because that mouse will always serve you right. So I just thought I would share that. I'm keeping it very brief because I'm really very tired, but I just wanted to share my lion and mouse theory with you, and let me know how you get on with operating it, if you like, because once you kind of get that balance of that tiny mouse being louder than that loud lion, you got it sussed. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because I'm going to have a little rest up, and I'll speak to you very soon. God bless you all, and thank you yet again to all my new subscribers for joining the channel and supporting me and commenting. I look forward to your comments in this one. Take care now. Bye.